Hello, and welcome to Puzzles Anonymous. My name is Kevin, and I'm a puzzle addict, and hopefully this video is watchable. I'm doing this in a hotel room, so I'm doing it just on my laptop, so it's just like right up here on the computer. The keyboard is right here, so hopefully I don't type too loud when I'm doing this. But I'm bored in the house, and I'm in the house bored, and I figured I'd just do a video. Yeah, I'm traveling for a work conference, and I don't want to complain about that. It's, it is hard work. You stand around and talk to people all day, but, like, I do get to travel for free, and, all my stuff is taken care of, so I can, like, eat out more often than I would at the beautiful chain restaurants of Bloomington, Minnesota. Yeah, it's kind of a boring location. I mean, I love the Twin Cities, but we're, like, in the suburbs here, and I'm not going to have too much opportunity to, like, go out and do fun stuff. Today was like my day for that, or it's supposed to be, but I got some stuff for conference setup was malfunctioning, and so I kind of just spent the whole day working, and then also the weather was kind of shitty, so I wouldn't have done outdoor stuff anyway. So yeah, I don't want to complain about conference travel, but this one was kind of, so far, has been a bust, except for the drive up was real nice. I always appreciate that. I take the scenic route along Highway 61 up the Mississippi River, which is very nice, and I will do the same on Friday. Maybe I'll have time to get a hike in then, but whatever. It's still a nice change of pace. I don't stay in hotels much, so it's like staying in a hotel is kind of exciting for me. Joe Pera has a joke about that, of like traveling infrequently enough that any hotel feels luxurious. This is a decent enough hotel, but also even when I do travel, I usually camp, so a hotel does feel luxurious to me. We should get into puzzling, except I do have a story to tell. So as you all know, Gina lives with me now, and we have some overlap during the work day because, so I work from home 3 days of the week and in the office 2. She's in the office every day, but a lot of times she has like an earlier work schedule, so often she'll get home while I'm still working. And on Friday, she came in when I was working on a tutorial video that I was doing for work, so she got to hear the audio of that, which I'll just play you a clip of. Plus, for information on adding the forms or setting up your access, please refer to our first video, How to Access Your Forms. And when she walked in and listened to this, she was kind of like, holy shit, but I was like, isn't it weird to hear me enunciate? I've become painfully aware from this YouTube video how impossible it is to understand me when I speak. So I appreciate any viewers I have, but especially hearing my announcer voice, it's like, oh wow, yeah, which that's a specific skill, and I don't think you want that on this, Now, which clue should we solve next? It's just, I gotta be me. So, sorry, Mumble. I'm not gonna do my narrator voice on this channel. But yeah, let's do a puzzle. 2 puzzles. I want to start with circuits again. I kind of saw a few of these out of the corner of my eye. Maybe you did while I was monologuing. So I saw Oh Captain, My Captain, which goes with Jello, which is really fun. Last Man Standing I also saw, which goes to Standing O, which is short for Standing Ovation. That's fun. I don't know that one. I don't know any of these others. I wish I had seen these on the side. What's this? They changed the format. What's Buzz here? Oh, that's like the info on this. Oh yeah, this is a fun thing. They show like the best wrong guesses in each one. I try not to look at that too much. But yeah, nice little makeover here on the Puzzmo site. I'll have to look more into that. Okay, yeah, keyboard focus lost. Something that goes, feel and guilt go into there, and then it goes to standing. So feel out and outstanding would be good, but guilt out isn't a thing, unless it's just a phrase that I'm not familiar with, which happens sometimes in these. Guilt, I think of guilt trip. Field trip is not a thing. Field trip is a thing. This might be, I had outstanding, but also standing out is one and help out is one, but not in this case. Inside out would also be one, but out offer is not a thing. I just need out to be a word here. Yeah, there's so many phrases with helping, but what is just help? Help line? Standing line isn't a thing. Is standing line a thing? It's not. Trip is not going to be it. Out is not going to be it. I'm not going to take too long in this. It might be time to just start doing bolts. I'm sure some of my smart friends are yelling at the screen. Feel, blue. Gosh, what words even come after guilt besides guilt trip? Guilty by association. Yeah, help so often is like a helping hand. That's the only one I can think of. And I feel like guilt is so rarely part of a phrase. It's guilty. Guilty conscience, guilty plea, guilty party. Let's use a bolt. Let's get a letter here. Guilt. It's an F. Guilt free. Feel free and freestanding. Okay. Cool. Maybe that one bolt will energize us here. Standing offer. Help offer. You can offer help, but I don't think a help offer is a thing. I usually don't type in every single one. I just I'm struggling so much that I'm thinking it might be some weird phrase I've never heard of. Standing pat. Help pat. Yeah, let's do a bolt again. Help desk and standing desk. That's a good one. I use a standing desk, but I'm not at it right now. If I was at home, I'd be beating myself up. Okay, so we have desk and inside. Job. Desk job, inside job, job offer. All right, let's look at my stats on this. I know the other time I showed it off, I did really good. It was probably my best time ever. This one was more indicative of how it actually goes with circuits. I love this game. I find it very compelling. I'm not very good at it. Yeah, I feel like they only show your rank when you have a good score. And if you have a bad score, they're like, you have to actually go into the leaderboards. Yep. I broke 1,000 on the high score, not on time or fewest submits. Yeah, so before, being in like the 100s, of course, that was also I did it at like 6 a.m. Now this is, no, it was the evening. It was around the same time as this. So actually, yeah, that was a much better score than this. Okay, let's get into this. We're going to do a Monday. We're going to do downs only, so I have it shifted off the screen, and when I hit start, I'm going to right away hit the space bar, but this is by Adam Aronson and edited by Wolf Shorts. Oh my god. One more tangent before we start crossword times. Gina's been watching Community, which is awesome, but then I saw some clip from a game show that had both Jillian Jacobs, who plays Britta, and Joel McHale, who plays Jeff, and it was one of those games where it's like guess the person, where it's like it's you have contestants that seem anonymous, but then like one of them, they give traits about the person, and then you have to find out information with them, but the person was Will Shorts, so it's like telling between two people like which one of these people is New York Times crossetter Will Shorts. And Jillian Jacobs, who plays Britta, was like freaking out because she loves Will Shorts, and I was like, yes, I love crossword nerds. All right, let's start. Not looking. Crap, I did not hit the spacebar quick enough, so I saw the clue. So I'm going to try my best to not use the information that, like, I already know. One across is iPad. It's just so hard once you have that in your brain to not think of the letters. So I see what covers the North Pole is ice cap, end of some speeches. I actually don't know this. Oh, end of some sentences, period. Having a certain natural hairstyle. I actually don't know this one, even though I know it starts with an A. And furniture piece for a talk show host is desk, just like we had in the other one. I'm just going to put the A in here. Let's not lie to ourselves. There's probably Eros. Yeah, the only natural hairstyle I think of that starts with an A is Afro, but that just doesn't seem to fit here. This has got to be AOL. Yeah, I don't know. Is the last one going to be PDFs? Let's find out. Shade of yellow. Lemon comes to mind. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I looked out the window like I'm going to see some shades of yellow out there. It's very gray out there. As dark as it is in this room, it's actually daytime still, and I have the blinds open. It's just really cloudy here in Bloomington, Minnesota. More abrupt in language. I want to say terser, but terse is more about tone than choice of word. I feel like with language, it's like succinct. But you still, like, terse is like you're giving short answers. So it would still be that. Like, I think they're saying more abrupt, and they're specifying specifically for speaking because this is a Monday, so the clues are easier. But if this was like a Friday puzzle, the clue would just be like more abrupt. Maybe. Let's put it for now. Higher to the team is probably Bring On. I'm already doubting terser. Band with the aptly titled debut album High Voltage. That's got to be AC/DC because it's aptly titled. Stratum is a layer. Like, we have some stratus clouds right now, and that's why it's so gray. It's just like when the whole sky is gray, that's stratus because it's a single layer. So I want to say this is tier. So then if we're thinking that, oh yeah, terser probably does work, because then we got, like, this could be at bat, this could be merci. I was gonna say this is pride, but I'm thinking it's already that shade of yellow is the amber is the color of her energy. Marketplace with stalls. What is that called? Bazaar? That's going to be what I go with for now. I'm playing a lot of Civ 6, so I'm thinking about old-timey stuff. I started doing that because I've been reading a book about the Romans, because I don't know anything about Roman history. I know there's a meme that men think about the Roman Empire all the time, and that's not true about me at all. But a lot of stuff will, like, reference the Roman Empire, assuming that you know anything about it, and I truly don't. So I'm like, I'm going to get one book, teaches me everything I need to know, which is why it's a big, thick book, and it's going to take me like 2 months to read, especially because I keep getting distracted playing Civ 6. Though I've kind of reached a stopping point on that, I think. I played it, the last few weeks I've been playing it a lot, but I just feel like I like the game. I like playing it. I don't like the competition. I feel like any of the victories, you really just like, you just get in one lane and there's not a lot of options. Like military victory, obviously build up military, but then it's like culture victories, spam theater districts, science victories, spam campuses, religious victories, kind of military victory, but different units. It's just like, I want to play Civ the way I play SimCity, just like build up my civilization, and I'm not interested in like the competition part. And then also it's like after like 150 rounds, the whole map is like claimed and there's nowhere to explore. And it's like, I always want to play into the later ages, but it's not as fun if we're all just locked into our places. So I think I've been enjoying Civ, but I think I like the concept of the game more than the execution. And that's like, Civ 6 is like the good one. So I don't know. Anyways, occupation for a percussionist to shine is probably a drum solo, which is really making me question Bazaar, which is fine because I never felt good about that. With 13 down, all or blank can eat restaurant. So it's got to be all you can eat because it's with 13 down. So this is all, and that's you. And Bazaar's maybe fine because that can be B-Day. This could be Arlo, and this could be Zulu. Yeah, Bazaar is locked in. That's cool. Period's wrong. Interesting. Arlo also makes me think, because I'm in the Twin Cities right now, of the Guthrie Theater. But yeah, this has got to be wrong because Cookies and Cream is obviously 20. So I'm also going to take out AOL and Eros because those are just different things. But yeah, this is clearly Cookies and Cream if I could ever type. So we'll put that in. Does that give us anything on this? End up some sentences. Parole is talking about prison sentences. That's good. So Eros is probably still on the table. So this would be, Afro is right. It's afroed, isn't it? If you were having a certain natural hairstyle, you were afroed, which would give us cafe, airs, which has been crosswordese, ale, and ped something. Yeah. Inuit's home would be an igloo. We're doing all right here. Time unit aptly hidden in paleontology. That's me using my narrative voice. 22 down. Time unit aptly hidden in paleontology is eon. University in North Carolina, that's either going to be Duke or UNC. Obviously, it's 4 letters, and nothing in the title is abbreviated, so it's Duke. Difficult, tiring work. It's not Duke, right? Because this is like Oasis. Not this, but 25 cross. And difficult, tiring work is probably a slog then. So I don't know the school that starts with an I or an E if it's the plural. But I do think this is slog to give us Oasis. Well, 30 across is rock and roll, right? So we got cookies and cream, rock and roll. So the theme is something with, something and something with an N in there. Don't know that school though. It's like, is it Elon? I think that's the name of a school, and they're trying to look for new ways to clue it now that everyone hates Elon Musk. But yeah, that would give us Lou, and ONG is a strong ending for something. Could even be an ending for strong, but we need one more letter. Comic actress Wong would be Allie, which gives us pedal for 28 across. Still doing all right. Unit of flower is going to be a cup. Door handle is going to be a knob, which gives us none for 35 across. So we are still doing okay. Untuneful trumpet sound. I want to say a blat. B-L-A-T. I think that's a thing. Lacking much thought. Could be dumb. This feels more careless than unintelligent. Water in, that's Awaka, is that how you pronounce it? But it's agua. Aforementioned. Previous. I love using this word, but would previous actually? I don't think. Does that fit grammatically? Per my previous email. Per my aforementioned email. It looks bad for 44 and 37. I don't think it's going to be that. Let's leave it blank for now. Hospital area with IVs is probably the ICU. That is where my lovely partner works a lot of the time. News and media. Could be print. Could be... that's my main one. I feel like 41 is going to be pop song, right? Yeah, crosstown rivals of the Cubbies is the Sox. So yeah, I'm going to go back. I'm going to say print, because that also gives us bro. Windpipe. Larynx. Doesn't fit. I don't know. Decision-making consideration. Pros and cons. Options. Well, no, it's singular. So option. That's actually probably what it is. Neither here nor there. And, okay, and then we got... This is going to be our N, because we're doing, something in something. So this is going to be... Yeah. Something in something. Tune. I mean, also these could be wrong. I don't know. Only black key in a G major scale. Well, that's going to be F sharp, which would fit. Fodder for Jeopardy. Fodder for Jeopardy. It's trivia. Trivia game show. Alludes to. Refers. Because if there's a 2, it's after that. It's alludes to. Refers to. So print is probably wrong. Ooh, that could be... Could it be press? Yeah, because this is going to be extra, I think. Okay. This is disappointing. Because the revealer's in the downs. I want to guess the revealer. Okay, not interrupted by commercials or shortened to like the middle words 20, 30, 48, and 60 across. Well, this is going to be ad-free. So and is ad-free, which goes to N. That's cool. There's one I did recently. I didn't do this for a video, but like the revealer was like neat and like referring to like whiskey, and then that was a clue to all the answers. So neat is without ice. So then a bunch of it was like taking phrases and removing ice from it, which I thought was maybe is like a fun little dig about our American Gestapo, but I feel like I don't think the Times crossword is brave enough to do that. I think it just happens to be a little pun about no ice, but hey, no ice. Fuck the fascists. Ties that are hard to untie. Is it just knots? No. It's got to start with a vowel if you look at 57. Because I think both of those are right now. Ooh, okay. I know 60 across. And option is wrong. Oh, and now I know 48 across. 38 across. So 60 across is scratch and sniff. No. And 48 across is surf and turf. So then decision-making consideration is probably a factor, not surf and tough. So that helps a bit with this. And that also means that press is probably correct. Okay, so I was thinking it's definitely going to be a vowel. So I was thinking maybe like Isis, which they would clue as the Egyptian goddess, not the terrorist group. But now I want to say in-law, but no, it's ties, so it'd be in-laws. So we got nothing on that. Let's keep going. Super uptight is probably anal. Bit of bathroom decor. It could be a tile. I feel like it's going to be a tile. Do, re, or mi is a note, which gives us over, tire, and ease, which are all words. Goes around every year. I want to say it's the flu. Like they want you to think it's like a clock going around, but the flu goes around every year and is only 3 letters. This is probably a short rib, and I think this is going to be our last down, so I got to be ready with I'm covering up where the clue is. Yep, okay, so we got that. I quickly switched it. Lacking much thought. Yeah, I feel like it's something just about like going quick, but I still don't know. Aforementioned. Okay, well, this is probably going to be Uber. This is going to be probably frat. The only other word I can think of is frat, which I think has more sexual connotations than the New York Times would want to do, so we're going to do frat. It means, like, to rub two things together, so, yeah, has more sexual connotations than I think they want to do. 56 is probably cacao, right? So then, though it doesn't seem to do much with. I just don't know with this aforementioned one. This feels like another one that people are just screaming at the TV. Windpipe. This could be ACA or ACE. I feel like this has got to be alert. Maybe this is knots. Because, yeah, like, this does not have to be vowels. It could be asks or tisks. Yeah, I think this is knots. Wait, is this my last down? Yeah, so, cool. Yeah, okay. 66 looks like there's not much you can do with it. Unless it's just like a weird... Oh! Yeah, I know this. This is trachea. So act, asks, and then that's probably ni hao, which is like a Japanese greeting. Yeah, okay. So we're close. This is probably limo. What am I missing here for aforementioned? I feel like same works. very same, yes. You say like, you know, oh, this one, the very same. So that's the one. Okay, so then that's gonna be a V. I actually want to fill this one in first, so we don't have to jump around. I think this is gonna be ravioli. Risky, lacking, rash is lacking thought. So then this is gonna be very same, which will give us ravioli and age. But then this is gonna be, see, that doesn't look right. Hey. What is that though? What is? I guess if I can see the clue. Yep. Okay. Filmmaker Miyazaki. So, yeah, I didn't know that name. Then this would be Mandarin, not Japanese. I'm so sorry to all my Mandarin speakers in my audience. I know there's a lot of you. 16 Arlo, clued with Guthrie, singer Guthrie. I don't think the Guthrie Theater here in Minneapolis is named after him. I think it's just like a whoever. The whatever philanthropist paid for it. Let's look it up. Why don't we? Guthrie Theater. Just want like the Wikipedia, the Wikipedia, as they say in community. Founded in 1963, so it's been an institution even before they had this new building. That was not built in 1963. Sir Tyrone Guthrie. Who's that? I think in the New York Times for it. But was he like a Minneapolis guy? I feel like he's got to be. I mean, English theatrical director who must have come to Minneapolis. Yeah. His wife's from Philadelphia. So he's got Irish family, but he was English. You don't need me to read through Guthrie's thing. That's fine. Let me just do a few more clues. Let's look at what the theme ones were. Milkshake flavor made with Oreos. Music genre that Joan Jett loves. Okay, so they did not get tricky with these at all. That's fine. Okay, cool. Fun puzzle. Good way to kill the time before now I actually do have to get ready for conference stuff. So thanks for watching. Be safe. Sorry if this video is terrible quality.